ground shakes. Torches streak through darkness. Roman soldiers grip shields, knuckles white with fear. Two armies close in from both sides. The trap is complete. Tens of thousands of Gallic warriors charge the outer wall. Behind the Romans, Vercingetorix strikes from within. Caesar's men are caught between two fires, outnumbered, exhausted, fighting for their lives on two fronts at once. This is Alesia, the night that decided the fate of Gaul forever. But to understand how Rome found itself here, we must go back to the beginning. Gaul, 58 BCE. A vast land of forests, rivers, and fierce warrior tribes stretching across what is now France. Rome has been pushing north for years. Caesar arrives as governor, ambitious and calculating, hungry for glory. He is not simply a soldier. He is a politician, a writer, a manipulator of men and moments. His legions are disciplined, professional, and loyal. They follow him into the unknown without hesitation. For 6 years, Caesar wages war across Gaul. Tribe after tribe falls under Roman domination. The Gauls resist fiercely. They are brave, powerful fighters with deep knowledge of their own land. But they are divided. Different tribes, different loyalties, different leaders pulling in different directions. Caesar exploits these divisions ruthlessly, turning Gaul's strength against itself year after year. Then everything changes. In 52 BCE, something extraordinary happens across the whole of Gaul. The tribes unite. For the first time, a single leader rises to command them all. His name is Vercingetorix. He is young, magnetic, and completely fearless. A prince of the Arverni tribe. He understands what no Gallic leader has grasped before. Only unity can defeat Rome. He rides from tribe to tribe, speaking with fire and passion, forging a coalition of warriors. His strategy is bold and ruthless. Burn the crops. Deny Rome food. Let starvation do what swords cannot. It nearly works. Caesar's supply lines strain. His legions grow hungry. Momentum shifts toward the Gauls. But at the town of Avaricum, Caesar besieges and captures a major Gallic stronghold, breaking the spell briefly. Vercingetorix learns and adapts. He refuses open battle where Roman discipline crushes all opposition. He fights from fortified hilltops, strikes supply lines, and melts back into the forests before Rome can respond. Caesar is frustrated. He cannot pin this enemy down. The Gauls dance away from every confrontation. Then comes Gergovia. Caesar attacks a Gallic hill fort and suffers a rare, stinging defeat. His legions fall back with heavy losses. Across Gaul, the news spreads like fire through dry grass. Rome has bled. Rome can be beaten. Vercingetorix has proven the impossible is within reach. If you find this story gripping, consider subscribing. There is so much more of this incredible history still to tell. More tribes join the rebellion. The numbers swell. Vercingetorix commands an army of extraordinary size. Caesar knows he must act decisively. A prolonged campaign of attrition favors the Gauls, not Rome. He maneuvers his legions with speed and precision, cutting across Gaul to prevent the enemy from consolidating. Vercingetorix watches Caesar's movements carefully. He selects a position of enormous natural strength. Alesia, a hilltop town rising above the surrounding plain, surrounded by rivers on two sides. The slopes are steep. The approaches are open. Any attacking army must cross exposed ground before climbing high. Vercingetorix withdraws his entire army inside Alesia's walls. He believes Caesar cannot take this place. He sends riders out before the Roman net closes fully. They carry one urgent message. Send help. Come quickly. Caesar arrives and surveys the position. He knows a direct assault would be catastrophic and futile. So he makes a decision that astonishes even his own officers. He will not attack Alesia directly. He will surround it completely. He will seal it shut. He will starve Vercingetorix into submission. The order goes out, and 80,000 Roman soldiers begin one of the greatest engineering feats in ancient history. Caesar designs 2 rings of fortifications. The inner ring faces Alesia, trapping those inside. The outer ring faces outward, defending against any relief army that answers Vercingetorix's call for help. Engineers mark the lines. Soldiers begin digging with the mechanical precision Rome is famous for the world over. The inner circumvallation stretches 11 miles around the base of Alesia's hill. 11 miles of continuous wall. Soldiers cut timber from forests, dragging logs to construct wooden palisades topped with sharp stakes. Trenches are carved into the earth, some flooded with river water, others filled with sharpened wooden spikes. Towers rise every 80 feet along both walls, packed with archers, slingers, and soldiers ready to repel any attack. The scale is staggering. Nothing like this has ever been attempted anywhere in the ancient world before. And still Caesar is not finished. The outer wall stretches 14 miles, encircling his own fortifications entirely. He is essentially building a city of war around a besieged city. A fortress around a fortress. Inside Alesia, Vercingetorix watches the Roman walls rise with growing alarm and genuine disbelief. His warriors make sorties, trying to disrupt the construction. Roman soldiers fight them off and keep building. The work continues through summer heat, through rain, through exhaustion and blood and constant harassment. Weeks pass. The Roman walls are complete. Alesia is sealed. Nothing moves in or out without Roman permission. Inside, 80,000 Gallic warriors wait for the relief army. Their food supplies begin to dwindle rapidly. Vercingetorix makes a brutal calculation. He expels the non-combatants from Alesia to preserve food for his warriors. Women, children, and the elderly are driven out through the gates. They beg the Romans to let them through. Caesar refuses. He will not feed them. He cannot afford to. The expelled civilians die between the 2 walls. It is a moment of terrible, calculated cruelty. War in the ancient world holds few mercies for the innocent. Inside Alesia, morale begins to crack under the weight of hunger, uncertainty, and the fear of abandonment. Then, from the west, a vast dust cloud rises on the horizon. The relief army has come. Ancient sources speak of nearly 250,000 warriors gathered from across Gaul. Modern scholars debate the number. Whatever the exact figure, the relief force is enormous. The ground trembles beneath its approach. The Romans on their walls see it arrive and feel the weight of that sight pressing down upon their hearts. They are now trapped between 2 armies. Vercingetorix inside, the relief force outside, and nowhere to retreat. If this story moves you, drop a comment below. Tell us which moment of this siege you find most extraordinary. The relief army's commanders probe the Roman outer wall, searching for weaknesses in Caesar's fortification lines. They send cavalry racing along the lines, testing every section, looking for any gap or vulnerability to exploit. Caesar's own cavalry rides out to meet them, clashing violently in the open ground around the Roman walls. The fighting is fierce and inconclusive. Neither side gains a decisive advantage in these early cavalry skirmishes. Inside Alesia, Vercingetorix hears the fighting outside. He rallies his starving warriors. Help has arrived. He orders a coordinated assault. While the relief army strikes the outer wall, his men will strike the inner wall. For the first time, Rome faces simultaneous assault from 2 directions across 11 miles of fortified line. Caesar's legions are stretched thin. There are not enough men to defend every point strongly at the same time. He stations reserves at key positions and rides along the walls personally, reading the battle as it unfolds. Caesar is not a general who commands from safety. He moves to the crisis point. He makes decisions at full speed. The first combined assault crashes against both walls simultaneously. Roman soldiers brace and hold their ground. Missiles rain down from towers. Boiling water, stones, javelins, arrows, all pouring onto the Gallic attackers below. The assault falters. The Gauls fall back. But they are not broken. They will try again with even greater force. Days pass. Hunger tightens inside Alesia. The relief army regroups and plans a more devastating coordinated attack. Then the crisis comes. Gallic scouts discover a weakness in the northern section of the Roman outer wall. The ground there is uneven, difficult to fortify. The Roman line is slightly thinner. This is where they will strike. On the third day of major assaults, the relief army concentrates its full power against that northern section. Simultaneously, Vercingetorix hurls his warriors forward from inside with every remaining ounce of their desperate strength. Caesar watches from a high point, reading the battle across miles of wall. He sees the crisis developing. The northern wall buckles under the weight of the assault. Roman soldiers are overwhelmed and begin falling back. Caesar makes his move. He sends his best cavalry riding hard around the outside of his own fortifications. They will strike the relief army from behind while it presses forward, catching it in its moment of commitment. Then Caesar himself takes infantry reserves and rides hard to the most threatened section of the northern wall. He arrives wearing his distinctive red cloak so his soldiers can see him clearly among the chaos and dust and blood. His presence changes everything. Exhausted, frightened soldiers see Caesar come to them and something reignites inside. Like this video if you want to see more ancient military history told this way. Your support means everything to us. Caesar leads his men directly into the fighting, not commanding from behind, but cutting into the battle himself. The sight of their commander in the line steadies the Romans. Fear transforms into fierce, renewed determination. From outside, Roman cavalry crashes into the rear of the relief army at exactly the right moment of maximum vulnerability. The Gauls suddenly find themselves caught. They are pressing forward into Roman walls while cavalry hits them from behind. Panic spreads through the relief army like a wave. Men who were attacking become men who are suddenly running in fear. The momentum of the entire battle reverses in moments. The Romans pour forward with savage, unleashed energy. The relief army breaks. Thousands are cut down by pursuing Roman cavalry as they flee across the open plain. Inside Alesia, Vercingetorix's warriors watch their last hope shatter and disappear beyond the horizon in the dust. The fighting inside the walls dies away. The weapons go quiet. The war cries fade into a terrible, heavy silence. Vercingetorix gathers what remains of his council. There is nothing left to say. The battle is over. Gaul has lost. He tells his men the decision is theirs. Surrender him to Caesar or kill him here to buy some mercy from Rome. The next morning, Vercingetorix rides out from Alesia in his finest armor, his weapons gleaming in the autumn light. He circles Caesar's tribunal once on horseback, a proud warrior making his final statement to his conqueror. Then he dismounts, removes his armor, and lays his sword at Caesar's feet without a word, without looking down. Caesar watches in silence. There is no record of what either man says in this extraordinary, loaded moment. Vercingetorix is taken in chains. He will spend 5 years as Caesar's prisoner before his execution in Rome. It is a bitter fate for a man who came closer than anyone else to driving Rome from the soil of Gaul permanently. The human cost of Alesia is staggering. tens of thousands dead, wounded, or enslaved across Gaul and beyond. Caesar records the numbers in his own account with characteristic precision and characteristic self-promotion. Modern historians treat his figures with careful skepticism, but the scale of the Roman victory is beyond any doubt. Gaul does not rise again. The Great Rebellion is over. Caesar has secured what became one of Rome's richest provinces. The wealth and glory of this campaign will fuel Caesar's rise to the dictatorship that reshapes Rome itself forever. For Rome, Alesia is the moment that settles the question of Gaul once and for all in a single extraordinary autumn. For the Gauls, it is a catastrophe. But their culture, their language traces, and their legacy survive within Roman Gaul. Subscribe if you want to keep exploring these extraordinary moments that shaped the ancient world as we understand it. What Caesar builds at Alesia is more than fortifications. It is a monument to Roman will, Roman engineering, Roman discipline. 2 rings of walls, 11 miles inward, 14 miles outward. Towers every 80 feet, trenches filled with death, built in weeks, defended against 250,000 warriors, held by exhausted men who refused to be broken. History records many great sieges. Few match Alesia for sheer audacity, engineering brilliance, and desperate fighting. Caesar was outnumbered, surrounded, and fighting on 2 fronts simultaneously with no possibility of safe retreat. He engineered his way into a position where the impossible became merely extremely difficult. And then he won anyway. Vercingetorix deserves to be remembered not as a failure, but as the man who nearly changed history's direction. He united Gaul. He created a strategy that threatened Roman dominance. He fought with intelligence and fierce pride. At Alesia, 2 of history's most remarkable commanders met in a contest that neither could afford to lose. One left in chains, one left toward a dictatorship. But both left Alesia changed by what happened on that hill. The fog lifts over Alesia's plain. The walls are silent now. The soldiers, the screams, the fire are all long gone. What remains is the story, the evidence beneath the earth, the memory of what human will can accomplish. Caesar survived the impossible at Alesia, and in doing so, he carved his name permanently into the stone of history.